you look at my class and you go, what was going on then? You can't tell the difference between some of the girls and the blokes.
No, but that's not true.
It is, honestly. You
That's
look at it
fashion
and you
and
see
nutrition, and I see that. Yeah, when I see an old episode of Bullseye, I think, Jesus, the men look like rakes with no teeth and a moustache, and they're bald with their hair down like a paedophile. And he goes, "Now, how old are you?" And I'm like, 52. 50 goes, "I'm 22." What?
Yeah, but that's more because of the sort of people that used to go on Bullseye. I mean, you know, Paul Newman was never going to pop on Bullseye.
No, exactly.
You know, because he was actually a plumber from, you know,
Yeah, and then think of the people that he grew up with, I mean, some of them live in holes now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think the class of Pilkey 1982 doesn't really count. When he said we've got better looking, I thought he was going to talk about cavemen, not escort photo. I mean, what happened there? There's been no evolution in that time. What are you talking about, Carl?
We've got better looking now, haven't we?
I wonder if he's confused it with the paradigms of beauty have changed, haven't they? So in the 50s, Marilyn Monroe was considered, you know, very desirable, whereas that body shape on women, more recently has become less, you know, lots of skinny women are seen as a paradigm of beauty. But, so that has maybe changed.
But we will change.
Yeah, we'll
probably not in
change.
75 years.
I mentioned before about your little finger. There'll come a time when that'll go. I've watched it. I've kept an eye on what my little finger's doing. Sometimes it does nothing. It never helps out. All the others are grabbing all the stuff. That one just sort of sits there watching. So you could get rid of that, and I think that will go in evolution.
Think of the books he could have read when he was doing that, when he was monitoring his little finger.
I've been watching my little finger. But again, it's what you mean. Like 75 years is nothing. The only thing that changes in 75 years is trend, fashion, economics. The gene pool doesn't change unless there's been some sort of really weird mutation due to an external force. That I don't know. For things of science fiction where we all accidentally drank plutonium and got 3 eyes and 1 leg. It doesn't happen that fast. I've told you before, if you shaved a caveman, he's basically us. He's basically us.
Well, he's basically Carl.
Yeah. But you know, the little finger will be, let me tell you, millions of years.
I think what's more interesting about the future, Carl, is the fact that technology integrated with humans will be fascinating. So, for instance, they're talking, you know, about the fact that in the future we may even be able to have chips in our head that allow us to access the internet or an equivalent of it directly, mentally.
So imagine that. To say, not French fries.
But hang on though, at what point are we us then?
Yeah, this is good.
Go on.
Then that's going to know more than me.
What does that mean?
Okay.
When I don't know an answer to something now, which is a lot of stuff.
Really?
Go on.
You watch University Challenge, and the stuff them kids on that know. I was just thinking, where have they stored that? Where's that gone in their head? How have they left that somewhere, and it's just sat there waiting to be used? For me, if something doesn't get used within a time period, that's it.
But again,
it's forgotten about.
Okay, that's application and training and all that.
I think.
But basically, you've got about the same hardware as those people.
Honest to God, I haven't. I know I haven't.
Your brain capacity is
not the
huge.
same as theirs. It's not the same.
Well, you might not be what's considered as academically intelligent as them, but again, an awful lot of it is, you know, nurture more than nature. Your brain's good. Your brain is up there. Don't worry about that.
Well, it isn't. But listen. So what I'm saying is, if I want to know the answer to something, I go on the internet.
Yeah. Right.
Now, if I've got a chip in my head with Google on it, I'm never going to use my head. I'll just be forever on Google.
I'm never going to use my head!
Well, I'm not, because
what's the your
point?
Head is, though?
Because I'm going to get it wrong. The chances are I'll get it wrong, so divert that. It's like saying...
No, you can't bypass the brain straight to Google. When you're having a chat socially, it's not like they're going, "Oh, Carl, how are you?" And you're not there. You're asleep, and Google's talking. I think you'll find that they're...
No, only...
Do you want to see naked ladies? Come this way.
No, only for questions, though, that I don't know. But what I'm saying is, because I don't know a lot of the answers, I'll just say, forget it, leave it connected to Google.
So
then I'm not me anymore.
Well, what are you doing? Where's you gone?
I'm looking at Google.
So it is you.
No, but what Steve just said is, we'll have a chip in our head
Right.
that can access the internet.
Right.
So why bother
But
using
you're
your own
still the
knowledge?
go-between. You, Carl, are the go-between between the internet and whatever your
You
mouth
can't
says.
beat the internet.
Yes,
You
but
can't,
you're
it
the
knows everything.
No, you're accessing the information like it was part of your brain capacity, but you're still processing and using that information.
But hold on, where does Google get the information from in the first place?
Someone, one of them bright people on University Challenge has
human
put it on.
being. Yeah, a human being.
So, but I'm going to get lazier. I don't watch University Challenge and go, I want to be like them, I'm going to start reading books. I've accepted, I'm never going to be like them. I can't play along. All I tend to do is I say to Suzanne, right, to every question now, I'm going to have egg as the answer. And I'm hoping that one day...
What an amazing game! What an amazing intellectual pursuit that is!
What a lucky lady.
What a Suzanne said!
Well, she just sees if it works. She just plays along, and then I'm saying, oh, it might be this one or whatever.
I love that, because I remember once, it was about 5 years ago, Carl and Suzanne were around near Christmas, and me and Jane were there. We were playing different parlour games, like charades and that. And then one game, you have to do that thing where you have to beat, and you have to do animals, and you have to go. First one is A, then B. So you say aardvark. Next one goes beaver. Next one goes cat. It came to Carl. He panicked, and he went egg.
And he was on egg. So you're sat there watching University Challenge, and on a good night, it's, well-known juror Fabergé, well-known for his jewel-encrusted egg. Humpty Dumpty is commonly pictured as a living egg.
That's
Sometimes
right.
it's extraordinary.
If you keep saying the same thing, eventually, it's like a broken watch.
Carpenter's
It's always
head
right,
looks
isn't it?
like hay.
Yeah.
I've just got more chance of getting it right.
Sure.
But also, he told me when he plays University Challenge, he said he's given up ever trying to get an answer. So now he tries to guess who's going to answer the question. Another great game. Suzanne's roasted on. Unbelievable. How do you do with that?
That's not normally all right on that.
Normally, all right.
There's got to be something else.
There's another evolution thing though. When you watch brainy people on that, or wearing glasses,
Yeah.
what does that tell you? We are reading too much. We're wearing the eyes out. And that you can't argue with that because the evidence is there.
can.
Most people on University Challenge, which is a quiz show if people don't have that in the country, it's the brainiest quiz of all time, and to be honest, I don't know why they don't go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something, because they'll get a better prize than what did they win on University Challenge?
Because they'll be stitched up by a question of who's in Hollyoaks. It will be yeah.
But that's the snobbery as well.
It'll be what characters does Andy Lincoln play in this life, and they won't get it, and you'll go egg, and you'll be correct.
But that's the thing, isn't it? This snobbery on like braininess, the way that if you're a specialist in I don't know what something.
Well, no, don't help him. Go on, finish. You've started a conversation. You're halfway through a sentence. You've got a point.
Can't bear out now.
Okay.
Say if you're a specialist in
Go on.
Latin tattoos.
Latin tattoos!
Don't know what that is.
What Latin tattoos? I didn't know you wanted something so specific.
So that's a tattoo you have on your arm with Cogito Ergo Sum underneath, or is it a
Just
tattoo?
any sort of. Well, it's the only reason Latin's still alive, isn't it?
Right.
Right.
Tattooists. So you go on Mastermind,
Yeah.
and people will go, "Oh, he's clever." You got 40 correct in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, if you go on and say any questions about Coronation Street between 1990 and 92, people go, "No, he's a bit of a knob," because there's a snobbery to education.
Yes. There is.
But a question is still a question, isn't it?
Well, to a certain degree, although, yeah, that's fine. But there's no application to knowing who played Enid Sharples, whereas presumably there is something useful in.
Well, not perhaps Latin tattoos, because
No, not
none
Latin
of us
tattoos,
understand
no,
exactly what
no.
that is. But if you have knowledge of astrophysics, obviously that's going to be, as Ricky says, it's going to take more application to become an expert on that than watching Coronation Street twice a week.
But it's still information that you've had to learn.
You've not learned it, have you? You've just
No.
sat down in front of the telly and it's just piped into your brain very directly and very easily and enjoyably. Let's say the people working on that microchip that one day you'll have in your brain, are they not doing something more interesting and valuable for society than the Coronation Street fella?
a lot about it. He's enjoying his time watching that.
well, I'm saying he's not enjoying it.
Sorry, he's enjoying it, but you know, a brain in a jar can be enjoying it if it doesn't know it's a brain in a jar.
Right. So what you asking me?
But we were talking.
Didn't seem a difficult point what we were saying.
What I mean is,
Okay, one more go. What
Right.
do you mean?
the chip in the brain isn't part of filling your head with stuff. The journey of filling it with that stuff.
What do you mean?
Whereas if you had a baby, the baby pops out, it cries a bit, you go, right, what do you want your baby to be interested in? And you say, I want it to be a plumber. You go, right, when it's 2, we're going to stick a plumber chip in its head.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not right, is it?
No. I don't know why you chose plumber either.
Well, we still need plumbing.
Yeah, I
don't we?
know we do, but
It's odd that they would have chosen, but they've got such kind of small ambitions for
It's
their
what his
babies.
granddad did, and they want the sort of the thing to go through the business. They own a plumbing business. they want the baby to carry on the business. Of the
They
plumbing.
want a baby to be able to plumb.
It goes on now where parents force the kids into riding horses, and you see the kid without the parents about, and you go, do you like horses? And they go, no, not really, I'm being forced to get on a horse.
Yeah.
Can't stand them.
Yeah,
And people would go, that's wrong. The kid should have the freedom to decide if he wants to get on a horse or not.
that's right. Yeah.
Well, what about this chip in the head?
But you've made this
But
up.
you've made the scenario
They're
up.
not putting chips in babies'
I
heads.
thought you said they were.
No, what?
I
never said that.
I think Steve's right, and I don't know, I haven't read it, but I imagine he's saying it's the next step in convenience with technology and an interface between a human and a research tool or fun. You know, computers went from being the size of a room to a thing you can wear on your watch. So the next step may be, you won't forget your palm top, you won't forget your iPod, you won't forget your laptop. It's in there, it's an interface.
I know, but it makes us lazy.
But you straight away thought that now that it went to some sort of weird laboratory where it's all white and there's just a doctor and everyone's in a silver suit, right? And they go, we're removing the self. We're removing the self and putting in chip. You are now computer boy.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
not,
watch Coronation Street. Well, you won't in a few seconds. But I hate Coronation Street, me.
Carl, it's not a question of. It's not that Google is now Carl. It looks like Carl, but it's just spamming, little pop-ups about offers you can buy and cheap holidays here and there.
He's not the man I'm having.
Right, look at it like this.
Jesus.
Look, I see it all the time now.
Go on.
You go, where are you going, to someone? And they go, I'm going to Dorset.
Right.
Alright, what road are you taking? Don't know, just pop on the sat-nav. Now, that's a start, isn't it?
Okay. Let's act that out with me, okay? I'm going away for the weekend, Carl.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Dorset.
Oh yeah. Are you getting there?
Car.
Alright, yeah, well, which way are you going?
Don't know. Why do you want to know?
Oh, just making a friendly chat. Just, I'm interested in geography. Which way are you going?
Well, I don't know really. I've got a sat nav in my car, and I'm getting there. And what do you know? What?
Easy, isn't it?
Well, I'm not a pigeon. I don't.
Well, you got an A to Z.
Well, yeah, but it's on a computer the A to Z. What's the difference between looking at an A to Z and
Lazy though.
Not really. No. Why? Why is it any different that I've got it computer eyes so I can go along? The A to Z's a bit dangerous, isn't it? It's a bit. Don't go to A to Z when you're driving along.
Clive, who are you talking to? Because we need to hit the road. We need to get going.
Well, it's this fucking idiot who wants to know what road I'm taking, which is a fucking boring thing to ask. Anyway.
Sorry, who is this twat? Because we really got to
He's
get
a
going.
fucking dickhead. I think he's an A to Z salesman by the. I mean,
We're just tell him we're using the sat nav because it's the quickest, most efficient way of doing
It's
it.
the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
No, but look what's
who the
happened.
fuck are you?
Would Columbus found America if he had had a sat nav?
Yes!
No, he
He'd have
wouldn't.
put in America and he would have taken it
He
to
wouldn't. He
America.
only found it because he got lost. Now, if everybody just
Hold
goes...
on. How would an undiscovered country be on a sat nav?
No,
Go on.
but I just
What's the
mean...
difference between the sat nav and the map in that regard?
Because I've found some lovely little cafes on roads I've never been on.
Gone from finding a continent to a little
I love that.
little greasy
I am off to discover the unknown world. Where are you going? Well, I don't know yet. It's the unknown world. What are you taking? Just a boat, all lazy swim, you cunt. I love the fact that he's so Luddite now, he's annoyed at the sat-nav. I mean, you'd have probably given Columbus a hard time. Oh, got a compass. Don't you know where north is, you twat?
I just think there's something in being lost. I never feel lost. I just think, I've had a diversion. Because you find new things. I'm further down.
Suzanne's asking the French peasant where the...
Just think, Columbus.
Alright, what's the most interesting thing you found when lost?
Like I say, I found a shop that was like a fancy dress shop.
Amazing.
Do you need fancy dress stuff?
Dressed
You
up
never
as
got
Columbus
it.
and went and bought a sat-nav. Went to Dorset for the weekend.
You never go. Why do you need a fancy dress shop? That sounds like the one thing you would hate is fancy dress.
Yeah, but I like looking at they had like a space helmet in there.
Right, so you found a fancy dress shop. Where were you supposed to be going that you had time to get sidetracked and go in
I think I was going to a meeting.
Amazing, that's the last time!
I don't want to get lost!
You don't want to get lost, do
I
you?
always give myself loads of time because I get lost a lot. I always give myself... No, I'm just saying, that's how you find little treats along the way, and next time you pass it, or next time someone says, do you know where the fancy dress shop is? You can go, yeah, I do.
You go, I have no idea because I was lost. I didn't know where it was.
No.
Normally I
I'm not going to tell you, lazy cunt. Have you got an AZ? Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, find it yourself, you lazy twat.
Well, I might get lost. Good. You might find another one.
It just goes back to the chip thing in the head. I think you've got to learn along the way. We can't get lazy. We can't have chips in the head, knowing how to plumb. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And making mistakes. If you make a mistake, I've done some wiring, got a little shock. Won't happen again.
It will. I've seen that experiment with you before.
So,
What have you learned? You keep going on about all this learning.
Sum up mankind's foray into the future. I want this. This will be the introduction to a book about the future. It will then be read in 100 years' time and go, Carl Pilkington was the most prophetic genius that's ever walked the earth. These are his words from 2010.
Just some predictions.
Just sum it up. Just sum it up. I believe. Start off with. I, Carl Pilkington, believe that mankind in the future will. Okay, start off
and
with that
then what?
sentence.
Just have like a top 5.
Well, no, just
Maybe just predictions.
Just put it in time.
yeah.
So
and then a little thing to remember. And remember ye this. So I, Carl Pilkington, predict that in the future mankind will. Start off with that. Start off with that sentence. I've given you that one.
Alright, I'm Carl, and the future.
He's already gone off road.
It's a scary place. But the future's got to happen. Right? There's no getting away from that.
Yep. Okay, your predictions are.
Well, we're all.
It's not a soundbite.
Keep going.
Hang on a minute.
Give him space. Give him space. Give him
It's in the
time.
book. I've got to think about. I don't want to get it wrong.
Think first. Think and then say it. Okay. Starting from now. These words of wisdom will be inscribed on a wall of a museum one day. Proceed.
Wall of a lavatory, won't it?
I think trousers are going to be stopped being made. Just because you see kids now, they've got pants around their ankles. They're going further and further down. So I think that's evolution. Just getting rid of the trouser.
Right.
It's just dropping naturally.
That's the evolution of the trouser because it's dropping
And you
incrementally
see now
down
you
the
can see kids'
arse.
underpants, so they're just dropping.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to a point when they just don't bother wearing them anymore.
Right.
Prediction 1.
Okay,
That's an amazing one.
They'll stop making trousers in the future. Okay.
We're going to get weaker. That's already happened. They used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now they're saying eat 5 fruits.
Right.
So definitely that's evidence. You can't argue with that. I'll probably put that first because it goes right. What's number 2? So swap that round.
Okay, that's number
Give them
1.
the pants second.
Yep.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Okay,
They
number
used
2.
to say an apple a day keep the doctor away. They used to say pull your trousers up. Now they say put them down. You can. I've never heard such fucking dribble.
Number 3.
scholars are now waiting with bated breath when they find this old scroll, and they go, ooh, what can number 3 be?